everyone, once again I am John Valdaliova from BSIT NS2A, and welcome to the part 4 of my TUP-T gig domain. So in this particular part of my video is we're going to do the file sharing. So for our requirements is we have to create one public folder for each department and sections, to each folder that requires read and write that domain users cannot access other department folders. So on our start button, go to the computer and let's create some folders. So we're going to create the academic department folder for the administrative. And we have to create some other folders like university, and installer folder, and information technology folder. So we have to create all of folders on each sections inside the department. So inside the department we have basic arts, electrical, mechanical, civil, registrar's office, director's office, and etc. So I'm just going to fast forward this process to lessen the video time. So after creating our department and section folders now let's proceed to our next step. Next is we're going to create a storage quota for each folder is 1 gig. So for us to do that is go to your server manager, roles, and we're going to add our file services. So we're going to install. Next, for this checkboxes is we're going to check the distributed file system, file server resource manager, services for network file system, and Windows search service. So after that, just click next, 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 and check the local disk C, next, 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 and proceed to install. So after the installation process, let's just close this window, and now we're going to limit our storage quotas. And so for us to do that is go to your file server resource manager. Inside this is we're going to create a quota template. So click the create quota template, and I'm just going to name this 1 gig quota. We're going to limit this as 1 gig, then click OK. So now we're going to make all of the public folders of each department and sections to read and write so that the domain users cannot access other department folders. So for us to do that is go to the server manager. Inside the server manager have the file services. Inside the file services, we will create a provision share. So first, let's create a provision share for the academic department. So just browse, click OK, next, next, check the SMB and NFS, next, next, next. So we have to limit our folders so that the domain users cannot access the other department folders. So we have to set our permissions and then move this. Let's add on the object types, we have to check our computer since it's our workstation. So by doing this step is we're also doing this process where we are mapping the shared folder for each client workstation. So for the academic department workstation is I have named my computer as academics. So just add and apply. So we have to apply the read and change for this so that the other cannot access through it. So just after that, next, and apply our quota as so on its quota, we have to set our quota as 1 gig. So just click next, great. So next is we're going to create a provision share for the administrative department. Check the SMB and NFS. Next, set our users and groups have custom share permissions, remove everyone. And on my administrative department, I have a computer named administrative. So let's change and read. Check the change and read. So click apply. Okay. Next, apply the 1 gig quota. Next, create. So next is we're going to create all of the public folder of each section. So the process is the same with the academic and department folders, academic and administrative department folders. So I'm just going to fast forward the process to lessen the video length. So after creating and limiting and creating a provision share on each department and section of public folders, now is we're going to create on the university public folder, we're going to create a provision share where all the main users can only access read and write. So on the provision share, let's create once again and let's locate the university public folder. Here is the university public folder. Next, let's check the SMB and NFS. Next. So it says that only the administrators can access. So only users and group have custom share permission. Let's remove everyone. It, apply, click OK, then next, apply quota, once again, next, okay, so close. Next is we're going to configure the installer folder containing applications that only the administrator can access. So let's create a provision share folder once again and installer folder. Check the SMB and NFS. Next, we have to remove everyone. Next, apply quota and G. Okay. Then Next, it says that all folders except the computer engineering folder should contain only office documents. So we have to set the computer engineering folder that should contain only office documents. So for us to do that is go to your file service manager and on the file screen management, have to create a file screen template. So let's create a file screen template for office documents only. And let's check all of the checkboxes except the office files. So let's check all of the checkboxes except the office files, and after that click OK. Then let's configure now the step 5. Information technology folder should contain all files except executable files. So let's create a new file screen folder and let's name it as information technology. So it says that should contain all files except executable files. So let's check all of these. So once you check all of the checkboxes except the executable files, and click OK. So next step is the storage quota for each folder is 1 gig. We have already done that, and we have already mapped the shared folder for each client workstations. So that's it for the part 4 of my finals of TUP Taguig domain, and thank you.